Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. I had a major brainstorm for today's show. This is Lee Cole, and this is your daily online business scope, Monday through Alan, Delilah. And couldn't get that one, Steve. I hope y'all are doing great. I am totally fired up about today's show. And swipe and share. This is going to be some cool stuff. I think that is Javik. How are you today? Love those hearts too, guys. I'm trying to catch up with the big boys. Alan, how are you today? I hope you're doing great. Let me, Steve, thank you so much. Steve just shared that on Twitter for me. That is awesome. I've got a cool show. I just kind of like woke up early this morning, felt totally inspired about a whole bunch of stuff, and thought I would share a ton of stuff with you. And Jay Lamons, how are you today? Let me pick up the link 1 second and populate this into Facebook. And the gallery 718, how are you? So if you will let me do a little housekeeping, we will get rolling on this puppy. So join me on my daily business scope, how to sell affiliate products using Periscope. Okay, it would help if I could spell. See, I was dyslexic before they figured out what that was. Nikki, how are you? So Delilah, thank you so much for sharing that on Facebook for me. So we got that. We're going to pick this up. I'm really excited about this. And pop this into LinkedIn. Okay, which is not behaving. I hope the weather's great where you guys. Yeah, I do actually. Alan says, don't you just love all this tech? You know, it's funny. I'm not a very technical person, Alan. I could be. I don't particularly enjoy the technical side of stuff. I enjoy I enjoy communicating, basically. But technical, you know, the internet allows me to live a life that I only used to dream of, frankly. And I'm going to show y'all on this. I'm going to show you. Nikki says me either. But you know, the cool stuff, Nikki, is all of this stuff is getting so advanced that you don't have to be technical. It's letting you access your skills and your loves and your passions and your desires, you know, and using the internet to connect with other people. So Alice says, I hate learning curves. Learning curves are when you don't make a lot of money. Yes, I would agree with that. God's kid, nice to see you on the show again. So this is going to be very, very cool. Let me introduce myself for the new people, why you should be listening to me, or that's a little bit presumptuous, why you might want to consider listening to me. My name's Lee Cole. Used to be a high school mathematics teacher. I have made money full-time smoking guitars. I like that handle. I have made money full-time online for the past 5 years. I worked part-time online for 3 years before that. I have a ton of experience. I consult with businesses. I create information products. I help people create and market software. I have a ton of skills and experience. And on these daily online business scopes, which happen Monday through Friday, I'm the LinkedIn dude. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm fairly large on LinkedIn. Jane Jones, JJ, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining. Yes, I do a ton of stuff on LinkedIn and get a lot of stuff out of LinkedIn, train people on LinkedIn. Well, hello, Jane. I hope you're doing well. Train people on LinkedIn, help people create software for LinkedIn, et cetera, et cetera. But for me personally, it's all about reaching out. Oh, thank you so much. I hope you enjoy that software because I use that software every day. And we're going to actually talk about one of those pieces of software today as an example of how to make money through Periscope selling affiliate products. But couple more things. In addition to internet marketing, I am also very active in network marketing, which might seem to be a related field, but it's not. It's part of the general umbrella of making money online or making money from home, which I actually do. I'm the real deal. Speaking of me being the real deal, a lot of Periscope in my mind is about being authentic. This is the real me. This is my, I call this my Hollywood look, you know? So you see that, my Hollywood look? You know, my daughter, I would agree with that. We'll talk about that. But, you know, my daughter kind of teases me about my lack of shaving. I always wear t-shirts. This is my favorite hat from the Hunley, which was the first submarine to actually sink a ship in battle. It's located down in Charleston, South Carolina now. This crazy room that you see me in, this is my video room where I do all my video stuff. This nutty thing behind me is not a shower curtain. I try not to, actually, Alan. I used to, but I try not to. Um, that's not a shower curtain. It's just a nice looking thing when I want to make a, when I want to make a really serious video. And, I need a nice background. So this is the real me. Dr. Mark Rhodes, thank you for joining the program. By the way, guys, if you don't know how to swipe and share, and I'm loving seeing those hearts. If you don't know how to swipe and share, if you're on an iPhone, swipe left to right, and then you can share on Twitter, share on Facebook. If you're on Android, swipe bottom to top, share on Twitter, share on Facebook. But see all those beautiful hearts? If you will tap your screen like that, if you love this information, tap your screen, and I'm trying to get my heart count up. One more quick thing. All my shows are brought to you by this company, and this is backwards. I know that because you're sitting here looking at me, but it's a company called Carrot Bars. I'm an affiliate for Carrot Bars. They're a company out of Germany that sells gold. I invest in gold, I help other people invest in gold, and I help other people make money by telling other people about investing in gold. If you're ever interested in that, just hit me up somehow. Most of y'all are connected to me somewhere. Just hit me up on Facebook. I'm at facebook.com/LeeColeOnline. Probably the easiest way to get hold of me. Just hit me up on Facebook and I'll be happy to tell you about it. Very cool. Today's show is going to, I'm working up, well, I've got a way to go to 1 million. I'm working up to 5,000, but I'm not like Michael Hyatt. I wasn't the CEO of the world's largest Christian publishing company, which is cool for him. But, I have some work to do. But that's okay, because frankly, social media and what I love about live streaming, it's about me talking to you. You actually having a relationship with me in real time. It's about me teaching you stuff, inspiring you, whatever you need in real time. Now, so let's talk about that. Most of what I talk about on these daily business shows is stuff that happens in your head and stuff that happens in your heart. Because frankly, if you get the inside right, the outside actually does take care of itself. It's amazing how that happens. If you lessen fear in your life, okay? Nikki says building relationship is so important in MLM. Nikki, the whole deal is about building relationships. You got that one right. So if you lessen fear in your life, if you can increase, they may have changed that then, Alan. Alan says when he swipes, he gets a map. I'll look at. They have made so many changes in Periscope platform lately that it's not. Thank you for trying. Let's just put it that way. So to get on with the show, Roger. Hope you're doing well. If you get the inside right, the outside takes care of itself. All right. If you lessen fear in your life, notice I didn't say make it go away. I think that's. Yeah, somebody else is having trouble sharing with Android. Periscope is growing rapidly, so thank you for trying. If you can raise the self-esteem, if you can learn to love yourself, or even like yourself a little bit, how are you today? If you can, if you can just, Jay, hold that to the end of the show. It's a great question. If you can just get the internal part of you functioning better, I didn't say perfectly, I said better, all right? Then it's amazing, but, greetings from Costa Rica, okay, I might butcher this, bienvenidos? Did I say that right? I tried to say welcome. But if you can get the inside right, okay, the outside's going to start to come into place. It's amazing. You will start to have, I mean, this is what happens to me. You will start to have the right people come into your life. You will start to you will start to gain clarity and vision about what you're doing. Not necessarily immediately, but you will start to gain that. You will, the right information products for what you want to do. If you're in MLM or network marketing, you will get with the right company. You will find the right sponsor. You will it will all start. Curry, how are you today? It will all start putting itself together. You can't really do this. Somebody says their little one, i.e. their child, keeps turning me off. That's all good. I love children. You can't make this thing happen by cobbling it together from the outside. It works so much better to get the inside right and let that express itself through the reality of your life. Now, that's what my daily business shows, oddly enough, are all about. Today, however, is going to be a little different. I had this major brainstorm that I wanted to do a few shows about how to actually make money with Periscope. And I do this. I have done this. I mainly use Periscope right now to increase my audience. Jay just asked me why I don't use Blab, because I'm focusing on building. I tend to be highly focused. Okay, that works for me. It may not work for you, but I personally tend to be very highly focused. Hypnophil, nice to see you. So I tend to focus on one thing, build that out, move on, focus on another thing, build that out. Blab will be there or not be there when I get around to it. Hi, how are you? And so right now I'm just focusing on Periscope. Also, I love the fact that it's on my phone. I love the fact that I can just be wandering around at Starbucks or eating lunch or whatever and have an idea and bam, do a scope. I love that. I love the spontaneity of that. I happen to be kind of a scarily spontaneous person sometimes. So, on this show, there's all, but focusing on Periscope right now. On this show, I'm going to talk to you about how, let's focus on the topic. I'm going to talk to you about how to use Periscope to sell stuff. Okay? Now, what's cool about Periscope in terms of selling stuff on Periscope is you get an audience automatically. Okay, it's got a geographic location thing on it, the map with all the little red dots and stuff like that. People get bored, they take out their phones. This is entertainment for a lot of people, just sort of looking at a little bit of a scope, looking at a little bit of a scope, looking at a little bit of a scope, okay, kind of doing that thing. And so it has a really nice feature where you get people looking at your scopes just right off the bat. I mean, my good friend Delilah Taylor is on here. By the way, y'all need to find her and follow her. She's got some amazing content. She is super good at internet marketing and social media. So find her on Periscope and follow her. But Delilah just sort of hopped on and started doing scopes, 3 or 4 weeks ago, something like that. I mean, everybody's new because the whole thing's new, right? But I mean, she does scopes at different times of day. I tend to do these in the morning when everybody's at work. But I mean, she had a scope where she had 1,000 people on one scope, and I've never quite reached those numbers because I tend to do this during the day. But Delilah says she's been doing this for 2 weeks. She's pretty amazing, guys. Her handle is Delilah1, the number 1 Taylor. Delilah, number 1 Taylor. Alan, Delilah, can you say something so that Alan can get your handle off of there and follow you? Alan, she's going to say something in a minute and you'll see it pop up on your screen. So, but I'm saying, the cool thing, it's my pleasure. Alan, follow her, Delilah1 Taylor. Okay, just type that into, on Periscope if you want to find somebody, guys, get the Periscope app going on your phone, bottom right-hand corner, you see those little people, those 3 little people, touch that, top left-hand side, see the magnifying glass, touch that, and then type in Delilah1 Taylor. You will see her little window pops up, hit follow. Okay, then you'll get all our cool stuff. But my point is, one thing that I saw immediately was, Delilah, you now have a new follower. One thing that I saw immediately was the fact that, oh crap, there are a lot of people just getting on here and listening to my scopes, and I don't know who these people are, and I didn't do anything to get them. They just come through Periscope. Also, just by taking the link, once you start a scope, the link pops up on Twitter, right? So just by taking that and putting that in your Facebook profile, if you got people connections on LinkedIn, putting that in LinkedIn, I don't really think about Google Plus anymore, but if you've got a bunch of people in circles on Google Plus, if you just populate that all out, and that takes y'all saw me do that at the beginning of the show, that takes all about 30 seconds to do, you will get even more people. Okay? So that's cool. And if you title your show right, okay, so today's show's title, I always title my shows with my name because number one, I'm branding myself. You don't have to do that. That's just what I do. But today's title, look what it says, Daily Business Scope, How to Sell Affiliate Products Using Periscope. So somebody looking for something, somebody on Facebook, I know I got people from Facebook on the show right now just from seeing that. Somebody's on Facebook, they say, wow, I'd like to know how to do that. I would like to know how to do whatever. So they go to your scope and start looking at you and start following it. Now, so that takes me into step number one of Periscope. Step number one's optional, but I think it would be a good idea. All right, number one, build an audience. If I were going to, let's say, get into selling info products, big red Irishman, welcome to the show. We're talking about how to sell stuff on Periscope. And who am I? My name's Lee Cole. I've been doing full-time internet marketing and network marketing for 5 years. So, if I were to, number one, I would focus on a given niche. I would want to be known as something. I would want people to follow me and come back for more information. So this is content marketing at its best. But on Periscope, making money can actually happen pretty fast, i.e. like on your first scope. But I would personally start to build an audience. Let's say if I were interested in like some health and wellness niche and I wanted to sell info products about that, or maybe I was an affiliate for a company that sold, there's a company that I used to be an affiliate for back in the day when I used to do article marketing. Yeah, that's another way. But most of these people, Alan says Alan was on my list is how he found out about this, but a lot of people looking at this don't have a list. And frankly, Alan, I on purpose, okay, Haynes, how are you? And Alan, on purpose, I never mailed my list. You didn't hear through my list about me doing Periscope until just a few days ago, because I wanted to see how much traction I got as a total newbie person. I didn't want to be relying on the fact that I've been doing this for a long time. So I just used social media and Periscope itself, and thing just took off. Okay. So Alan said, yeah, but you got a list. Guys, I'm saying you don't have to have a list. You don't have to have some sort of history in this business. So, but I would start off with, I would start off with sort of building an audience a little bit, for a few days. Now, you don't have to do that. You can skip this step. But I would start off with that. Number two, I would have something to sell, okay? So Periscope is a very intimate thing. I mean, you're looking at me right here. Now, you can take it and flip it around, okay? And actually, let's take it and flip it around. I'll show you something. You just you show people something on your phone. So, look, you see this piece of software there? It's called LinkedIn Sales Factory. It was developed by a couple of really good friends of mine. I'm an affiliate for it. What if I wanted to talk to people about how to, their LinkedIn account and how to, the software is running right now on my computer, guys, and I've got close to 4,500 connections on LinkedIn, partially because I use software. And that is a big part of my business. So what if I wanted to, this is, in case anybody's wondering, this is currently off the market, but what if I wanted to sell this through using Periscope. Well, I could just sit here and just, I'm holding my phone in my hand because I don't have one of those little short tripod things for my desk, but I think I would go to Best Buy or somewhere and get one of those phone tripods. But other than that, you can just sit here and just show people stuff, okay? Now, because I'm using the phone where the camera is pointing out, you can now read it. See that? It is it is readable. If the camera is looking back at me, everything's going to be backwards. But see, you can just go through here and you can just show people how, look, this is a nifty piece of software. It auto-congratulates people, it finds people and endorses them, it looks at profiles, it acts like a human being. It posts stuff. I don't have to worry about, me posting stuff and wasting my time doing that. It's going out to Google News and finding stuff about economics and the economy and posting that. And it's going out to YouTube and pulling videos off of Forbes' YouTube channel, Forbes magazine, and posting that. And if I want to, I don't really use this tab right now, but if I wanted to have regular promotional posts, just salted and peppered in the midst of all that stuff, I set that whole thing up manually, and since I don't really want to look at it, I just minimize it to my tray. I could run it on I could run a virtual server just so that it's sitting there running without me having to think about it. So you can do that. So I would, number one, decide what I'm going to sell and build an audience, all right? Number two, really, one thing about live streaming, internet marketing, yes, live streaming especially, is you're building trust, okay? The phone is rested against a giant roll of duct tape. That's the technology behind that. It slipped. But, a lot of scoping, a lot of live streaming, a lot of the direction that the internet's going in general is trust. It's authenticity. I mean, here I am. This is the real me. If you came over to the house and saw me, this is exactly what I'm going to look like. It's exactly what I sound like. You do need to adjust the background and adjust what you're wearing according to what you're selling. So if you happen to be using Periscope let's say more a business-to-business type business, let's say you sell commercial insurance, then no. Old cap from Charleston, South Carolina, old t-shirt, and a crazy-looking background is not going to work, but that's easy. All you got to do is just get some PVC pipe, make yourself a decent background. You can wear shorts, just put on a decent shirt, make sure you got your hair combed, you're good to go, okay? So, authenticity is really important. Building an audience. Jazzy, how are you? Thank you for joining the show. We're talking about how to sell stuff on Periscope, which you can do from the get-go. Building an audience, building trust with people, representing good products to them, okay? Actually understanding the product. So I would do a little more than just say, hey, this is the thing, here's what it does. If I were going to be an affiliate for a piece of software, if I were going to be an affiliate for a company that sells gold, I would make sure that I thoroughly understood what I was talking about. No, you don't have to be a complete expert, okay? So don't worry about that. But I would liken this to sitting down with somebody at Starbucks and talking to them about something. I mean, you want to do a little better job of the presentation. I'm not saying you need to get all OCD about it. I'm just saying, you want to treat that with some care because you're sitting in front of a real human being. Then you want to value that relationship above the results of buying whatever it is that you're buying, because they may like it, they may follow you, and they may come back, and you might build an audience this way. So the way Periscope works, you saw me turn the phone around, you saw me just show you a piece of software on a computer. If you want to sell info products, that's a good way of doing that. There is no better way technically to do that at the moment because Periscope happens on your phone. Demoing a piece of software happens on a computer. If you were demoing a piece of software that was like a mobile app or something, you would need a phone looking at a phone to do that. So you're going to need two phones or maybe a tablet. You could put Periscope on a tablet or on your iPad and then, use that to shoot you actually holding the phone out in front of the camera and using the phone and saying, do this, do that, do that. That's expected with Periscope. The real deal besides, and yes, you can make money like right now. One of the in the first week that I started doing scopes, there was this little WordPress plugin that came out called WP Scope. Okay, basically what WP Scope does is it facilitates the moving of the scopes from when you do a scope. This thing is called a scope. Okay, when you do a scope, it saves automatically to your phone if you set it to do that in Periscope, and if not, it's easy. Just I've forgotten the exact steps, but somewhere in settings there's a way to do that. This WP Scope plugin just facilitates the the getting of the video, the video recording, and populating it to various places like Facebook, like LinkedIn, et cetera, et cetera. So the first week I started doing Periscopes, I had zero audience, all right? Now remember I said I'd never mailed my list for like 3 weeks, okay? I've only started mailing my list and telling people that I'm doing scopes and, take a look at scopes and follow me. Today was the second email I've sent out about that. I think I've got like one email before that about 3 or 4 days ago, something like that. So this was back when I was not mailing my list at all. So I wasn't taking advantage of that. I wasn't cheating or anything like that. I wasn't doing anything that someone who is brand new to internet marketing couldn't do off the get-go. Okay? All I did was take the link from Twitter, put it in Facebook, put it in LinkedIn. You do have some friends on Facebook, right? I mean, you probably got a few people that follow you, that are connected with you on LinkedIn. This isn't anything that anybody looking at this or looking at this replay can't do. And so that WP Scope plugin, I didn't even demo it, okay? Probably because I didn't know how, but I didn't even demo it. I just titled the scope right, talking about new WordPress plugin called WP Scope. I think I got like 30, 40 people on that show just naturally, all right? It was 9 o'clock in the morning, and Delilah says she doesn't. Delilah has a big list also. She doesn't email either. She's just doing this like I'm. I don't know if she is always going to do this, but she is getting a large audience just from Periscope and just from social media. So that WP Scope plugin, I made $80 just like talking about it. And it wasn't even my daily business scope. I just, when they launched it at 11, I just did a scope and said, hey, there's a really cool plugin. It does this and blah, blah, blah. If you're interested in it, blah, blah, blah. My point is the people on that show didn't know me. They don't know Lee Cole. They've never bought Lee Cole products. They don't know me from anybody. They just thought, man, that sounds cool. That's a cool plugin. Okay, I'm going to go buy that. I made like $80 from that. Now, $80 is, it's money worth making, right? Going to talk about that in just 1 second. Alan must have read the script from the show, which is right here. But how do you give out the links? Yeah, that is a problem. So we're going to talk about ways of getting around that. So my point is, anybody here can start scoping and start making money right now by talking about products. Now, you can do this in a spam way if you want to. I'm just being honest. You could just start, pitching anything that, comes out on JVZoo or Warrior Plus, or go to ClickBank and do that. I wouldn't do that. That kind of runs counter to the general direction that live streaming is taking us on the internet, which is toward more authenticity, not less. All right, so I think you need to value your relationships with people more through live streaming, not less. Okay, so I wouldn't just become I'm trying to think of a word that's not a bad word, and I can't think of it. I wouldn't just promote any old garbage, okay? But you can do it if you want to. Because look, it's your face, okay? I mean, there's really no way to have an avatar, right? Alan said this is like watching over your shoulder. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's your face. It's the real you. This is Lee Cole, okay? So I need to do stuff that's that's worthy, right? That's my feelings. If you want to go on a major Periscope spam fest, feel free. It's fine. I don't judge people at all. I'm good with it. I'm just telling you where my mind is, my heart is on this. So Alan brought up the big question, how do you get people to go to the sales page? Yeah, when you're an affiliate for something, you get an affiliate link. So let's say okay, let's use that plugin, WP Scope. So it's on a sales page online, right? So you're doing a Periscope on a phone and the sales page is online on a computer. That's one problem. Number two problem is, unless it happens to be your own product, but a number two problem is there are a bunch of affiliates mailing to that same sales page, and the only way that the payment processor can keep track of it is they all got little numbers embedded in their links. All right, so they've all got their little, hello Gretchen, how are you? That was my mother's name. What a wonderful name. They've all got little links embedded, they've all got little numbers embedded in their links that says, if this person buys that product, then, if this person going through that link buys that product, then you need to credit that sale to that affiliate. All right. So so you can't just say, hey, go to whatever the URL was. You say, hey guys, if you want to get this cool plugin, you can't say, hey, go to wpscope.com and get it, because you won't get credit for the sale and you won't make money. So there has to be some intermediary between the two, and that intermediary, like another domain name or something like that, needs to be really simple. All right. So this is the way I did it, and this is how I would do it if I was going to do more of this. I have a blog, Internet Maverick. Internet Maverick, a little complex name for Periscope purposes, but everybody understands the word internet. Everybody understands the word maverick, MAVERICK.com, internetmaverick.com. What I did was I just had a post on my blog, and I made it sticky, okay, which means the post stays at the top, all right? And I said, hey guys, if you're interested in this plugin, go to my blog, internetmaverick.com. You will see a full review, and I had written a big review of it. Okay, you'll see a full review. That's why people would want to go over there and get more information. Okay, that's how you essentially pay people to take that intermediate step. Okay, so go over there. You've got a full review. Plus, I think I had done a video walkthrough of it or something like that. Then if you want to buy it, just click that link there and go buy it. So people would go from Periscope to my blog, internetmaverick.com. They would read some of them read the review. They click the link. Now when they click that link on my website, that's when the process is called getting cookied. That's when I got cookied for the sale. In other words, my ID numbers were embedded in the link, so that when they hit the sales page and actually bought, yours truly got paid. Now, if I was going to go big with this, I personally am a lot more interested right now in just growing out a big audience for me in general. So you may see, exactly. Alan says it's a bit like mailing to your list and directing them to your blog. Yes, very much so, very much so. But Alan, the thing is, you're talking to people, so you got to make that step. You got to make the thing that you tell them to go to. Look, it can't be Alan 123 big red dog, I'm just making up words.com. It can't be some slash 9276. It can't be some big hairy URL like that, because people won't get that. They may hear it, but they're not going to be writing it down, and they'll miss it. Periscope is very much like radio. Okay, the stuff that you tell people to do, where you tell people to go. You know how on radio when they say, call this phone number, 877-492-4919. That's 877-492-4911. That would be at, I've forgotten the number now. 872-49 blah, 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 blah. You know how they do that? You got to do that on Periscope. You got to think about it very much like radio, because the listener, the viewer, is not expecting, they're not sitting there thinking, oh my God, I'm about to get some information that I got to do something with. They're not thinking that. So they're not sitting there, pen and paper writing stuff down. They're just kind of listening, right? So, yeah, you could do that. You could do that. That's a little long. You could do that. But, they're not really ready, so you might want, you're going to have to say where people go several times during the scope. If you want more information, go to, you're going to have to make sure you give them clear instructions what to do. So, and the first time I did this, I say go to my website, internetmaverick.com. I didn't say it that fast. Internetmaverick.com, that's the word internet, followed by the word maverick, MAVERICK.com. Go there. At the very top, you'll see a full post about this whole thing. Click the link in there if you want to buy it. Okay, so you got to give people very clear instructions. Now, the other thing is this. On your profile, all right, on Periscope, in your profile itself, you can put a clickable link. You may be able to put 2 clickable links. I'm going to be experimenting with that because I want people to be able to go both to my blog and also to my website associated with Carrot Bars, which is leecolegold.com. But you can put a clickable link there. Now, if you're familiar with putting clickable links in descriptions in YouTube, it works the same way. So if I just put internetmaverick.com, those letters, internetmaverick.com, if I just put that in my profile in Periscope, it will not be clickable. You must put the entire URL. It's got to go http:// whichever way it goes, www, mine's not www, but whatever comes next, you got to write that whole thing down. So if you're not really used to URLs on computers and stuff and all the little colons and slashes and all that stuff, what I would do is I would just, on your computer, go to wherever you want people to go to, select at the top of the browser, I would select that and say, select all and then copy, and I would put that down on like a notepad file or whatever you use on Mac as a notepad file. And then I would just very carefully on my phone just sit there and type in that whole thing. That way you will have a clickable URL, a touchable URL on the phone. So you can also tell people, if you got that, you can tell people, well, go to internetmaverick.com. At the very top, you'll see the, blah, 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 and give them instructions. Or you can say, hey, guys, or if you can't, you're in the car or something, you can't write that down, just go to, my profile, touch that link, and that will take you right there. On the phone, it will take you right there, and you can read it on your phone, and you can decide whether you want to buy it. So getting people from the scope to the sales page takes a little bit of work. You're going to have to think through that. I would not do things like a bit.ly link, bit.ly / if you're going to do a bit.ly link, I would do a custom bit.ly link. I wouldn't do like a non-custom bit.ly link. So you could do bit.ly, bit.ly. A lot of people are going to forget that dot though and then get confused. But you could, if you say it enough, maybe they'll get it, bit.ly / maybe you have, Alan's reviews or something like that, or Alan's reviews, or maybe you want to number these so you can run them through bit.ly and keep track of how many clicks you get if you're really like tracking things like Alan and then the number 1 or something like that, okay, or Alan 1, Alan 2, Alan 3, Alan 4. That way you could send people to different offers for things. So that's how you do it. The beauty of this is as follows. Periscope gets the traffic for you. And I did this in my first week and made money, and I thought, man, that is cool. Now, honestly, I am not really using Periscope that much for affiliate products. I've got a couple of products of my own coming out pretty soon, and I will do some scopes and, using scopes in conjunction with webinars, in conjunction with Hangouts. I'm noticing that a lot of marketers are using scopes either before or after bigger events. I will be doing a lot of that, and I will be doing, when it makes sense, I will be doing some affiliate promotions right on Periscope, or maybe, now that I've talked about it and talked my way through it, I might be doing more of that. I would time the scope to be around when something. Mr. M says, do you make full-time income using affiliate marketing? Mr. M, I have made a nice full-time income as an internet marketer for the past 5 years. I used to be a high school mathematics teacher. I worked part-time in internet marketing for 3 years, quit my job in 2010. I've been doing this ever since. It's an enviable lifestyle. I do both internet marketing and network marketing. I'm an affiliate in the network marketing side. I'm an affiliate for this company, which is backwards, I know that. It's called Carrot Bars. They sell gold. So reach out to me on Facebook, facebook.com/LeeColeOnline. reach out to me, all of you guys, and if I can help you with this, just let me know. So, bottom line, guys, Periscope gets traffic like crazy. You can sell affiliate products on Periscope. I would deeply honor the relationship and think about it more as an audience building thing. But if you want to go the total spam route, go the total spam route. That's fine. Just bear in mind that that's going to be a little hard to undo because they're sitting there looking at you, right? You are branding yourself. You are branding yourself as you go. So just bear in mind, I always tell people begin with the end in mind, which is kind of difficult sometimes, honestly, but you're branding yourself. So understand that if you want scoping to be just a giant spam